There's a reason Shane Black sets most of his scripts at Christmas. It's a broad, unifying event, one filled with anticipation and excitement. It's a time of year when we get together with loved ones and also take yearly stock in our lives. Christmas is one of the few things that still unifies us as a culture anymore. It's also why Christmas movies are so popular with audiences and cable TV programmers every December. It sounds cheesy, but people want to experience joy, and watching Christmas movies are supposed to make us feel good. It's as simple as that. And with that in mind, let's take a look at my 5 favorite Christmas movies. Number 5, Scrooged from 1988. Scrooged is a modern, slightly meta twist on the classic Charles Dickens novel A Christmas Carol. The film's Ebenezer Scrooge is Frank Cross, an angry TV executive played by Bill Murray, whose station is preparing a live production of the Dickens story.
We have spent $40 million on a live TV show. You guys have got an ad with America's favorite old fart reading a book in front of a fireplace. Now, I have to kill all of you.
Alfre Woodard plays his suffering assistant Grace, the Bob Cratchit, and Karen Allen plays Claire, the one-time love of a younger, happier Frank. But this is Murray's movie, and he owns the role of Frank. For my money, only a stockbroker would have been as pitch perfect for the job of a modern Scrooge. But by going with the douchey TV executive instead, I think the filmmakers actually made it easier to redeem the character versus, say, a Gordon Gekko type of Scrooge. My favorite sequence in Scrooged is the Ghost of Christmas Past cab ride. To me, the cab feels like a traditional time machine with the dashboard display and the license plate glamour shot, both reminding me of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. But with the exception of the sad childhood scene, the Ghost of Christmas Past sequence is actually filled with happy, lively, and fun memories. The office party from 1968 looks like a blast, and of course, Claire and Frank meet cute when they bump into each other, literally. Dating Claire is the only time Frank will ever be truly happy, and you start to empathize with the guy who's been a jerk up until this point. Plus, you get to see Bill Murray rocking this awesome hairdo. Number 4, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation follows the Griswolds, played by Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo, as they host both sets of grandparents and a party-crashing Randy Quaid for the holiday.
Eddie?
In true movie fashion, it ends up being a Murphy's Law of holiday gatherings. Clark faces endless trouble with the Christmas lights. Eddie empties the RV toilet in the sewer out front. The cat gets fried after chewing on the Christmas tree lights. The tree catches fire. Clark gets locked in the attic. And when the Christmas bonus arrives that he's anxiously awaited for the whole movie, it's not a check, but a letter welcoming him to the Jelly of the Month Club. Despite his eternal optimism, Clark's facade finally cracks when presented with the worst bonus ever, and he goes on an epic PG-13 family-friendly rant that results in Cousin Eddie kidnapping his boss and bringing him to their house. We've all had those bosses we wish we could tell off, but usually end up venting to our friends and family instead. So when Clark actually gets that chance, he's a little dumbstruck. But I think my favorite part about it is also the most absurd.
Remember how I was toying with the notion of suspending the Christmas bonuses?
You didn't. Well, of all the cheap, lousy ways
Proving that you can kidnap your boss, as long as you're really justified in doing so. Number 3, A Christmas Story, from 1983. A Christmas Story was released in 1983, but takes place in 1940s Cleveland, and tells the story of a regular family and their son Ralphie's quest for a BB gun for Christmas. But not just any BB gun.
I want an official Red Ryder Carbine Action 2-inch range ball air rifle.
Ooh. He tells anyone who will listen what he wants, but is thwarted at every turn.
No. Shoot your eye out.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
You'll shoot your eye out?
You'll shoot your eye out! You'll shoot your eye out!
Was there no end to this conspiracy of irrational prejudice against Red Ryder and his peacemaker?
A Christmas Story is also well known for a very unique lamp that Ralphie's dad wins in a radio contest. The lamp that caused friction inside the house, and was also quite the curiosity from outside the house.
What is that? It's a major award.
A major award.
sure. Shucks, I wouldn't have known, Dad. It looks like a lamp.
My favorite part of the movie isn't one you'd expect. While it paints a picture of a more innocent time filtered through the lens of childhood nostalgia, A Christmas Story still manages to include a scene of disillusionment where Ralphie discovers, to his dismay, that there are no limits to corporate messaging tactics.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine? A crummy commercial? Son of a bitch.
A grown-up revelation normally, but dealt with here by an 8-year-old decoding a secret message in the bathroom. A bit of trivia for you to impress your family during this year's TBS marathon viewing. The narrator of A Christmas Story is actually the author of the book the movie is based on. Number 2, Home Alone, 1990. Kevin McAllister is accidentally left behind when his entire family goes to Paris for Christmas. So naturally, he does what any kid would do when left home alone while his parents are halfway around the world. He jumps on the bed. He eats a ton of junk food. He watches R-rated movies. He orders pizza and then convinces the delivery boy that he's got a gun and is going to pump his guts full of lead.
Before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10.
You know, typical kid stuff. And that's before he has to defend the house from 2 burglars called the Wet Bandits. He pulls off an elaborate fake party with silhouettes and music when he knows the house is being watched. And to top it all off, Kevin unleashes an elaborate set of booby traps on Harry and Marv that would have killed them numerous times if real. It's actually hard for me to pick my favorite scene out of this one, but here's some of my highlights. The fake movie, Angels with Filthy Souls, shot specifically for this film. This sight gag. John Candy playing polka in the back of a moving truck. John Williams writing a Christmas movie score, including his take on the Nutcracker dance. And Joe Pesci dialing it back and being just a little creepy here and not outright scaring the kids after having scared the hell out of their parents in Goodfellas when it was released just 6 weeks earlier. That's range, people. And my all-time favorite Christmas movie, number 1, Die Hard, 1988. New York police officer John McClane comes to LA to see his children and estranged wife Holly Gennaro for Christmas. He ends up with the misfortune of being at her office Christmas party when European badass Hans Gruber and company take over the building in pursuit of $640 million in bearer bonds being stored there.
I need the code key because I am interested in the $640 million in negotiable bearer bonds that you have locked in your vault.
You want money? What kind of terrorists are you?
Who said we were terrorists?
My favorite scene in Die Hard is actually an entire sequence, everything between the first and last frames of the movie. That's right, everything. This movie is damned near perfect. It has perfect plot, pacing, dialogue, characters, stunts, and a vault robbing sequence set to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Merry Christmas.
Honestly, though, Rickman owns this movie from the moment he steps on screen. Considering this was his movie debut, at 41 no less, he created one of the best movie villains ever, and his line delivery was impeccable.
You asked for miracles, dear. I give you the FBI.
And even though there are people out there who say Die Hard wasn't a Christmas film, I hear your argument, and I counter with this. The book, Die Hard Christmas, as told to the rhythm of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. Checkmate. So there you have it, my 5 favorite/greatest Christmas movies of all time. And until next time, this is one last edit.